That's a question I imagine thousands or millions of people are asking at the moment with the job market being what it is. And I saw a statistic recently, the Association of Graduate Recruiters reported that there are over 80 people going for every job advertised by their members. And that can be daunting. Sometimes, and a lot of people just think, what's the point? How on earth do I get there? And I think that's such I'm very sad about that, because actually it's not that hard to jump up the queue, to make sure your application stands out. And with just a few hints and a bit of time, very quickly you could get to the top 15 of that list of 80, and then you're going to get an interview. And the sort of things you can do to get ahead of that list, the key first one sounds simple: spell everything correctly in your application. 80% of graduate and non-graduate applications are rejected because of poor spelling and grammar. There you go. So you want to stand out from the crowd? Get your mum to help you with the spelling. Or someone else, I don't know, if your mum can't spell. But the key thing is that means you've got to take time. Take 3, 4, 5 drafts, as many as you can. Get someone else to look at your work, because often we don't notice simple mistakes just because our brain says that's what it should say, so it actually tells us that's what it does say, but it doesn't, and you've made a simple mistake. And graduate employers, because they get so many thousands of applications, love any excuse to reject them because they can finally get through to the list they want. So that's simple. I mean, it is simple. It's just a lot of time and a lot of going over. The other ways you can stand out from the crowd are get yourself in a position where you are targeting a particular career, a particular job, and go and get some work experience, go and meet the right people. It doesn't have to be amazing employment experience, but get some things on your CV so when the employer looks at it, they can see a natural path to where you're going. Learn about the job, learn about the industry, so when you write your application, you can say things like, I've systematically addressed the skills you require. I'm targeting this because I really want this career. And so again, you're going to start standing out as someone who really wants this career and someone who's done something about it. And another key, probably the third of a key way to target your applications and to stand out from the crowd, is to clearly, simply, straightforwardly prove that you have the skills required in the job. You have looked at the application, you have targeted that specific application. And believe me, I used to get a pile of CVs this high every Monday morning when I was employing people, and I spent $500 advertising the jobs. And this many didn't even bother targeting the skills I'd advertised. And I'm literally within 10 seconds it's in the bin. So it's very easy to get in that small space. Just figure out what they want and try to prove you've got it. And in those 3 ways, probably 15 hours, 20 hours per application, per CV, you're going to start getting interviews. If you spend 1 hour on a CV and send out 100, you're probably not. So it's no more time consuming, it's just more focus. And that's how to stand out from the crowd.